Well, hello, friends. What a privilege to be here and to be able to share with you a little bit of who Dale Crafts is. You know, I have an amazing story, and I thank God for the story. You know, I grew up in a wonderful, loving family, Christian family, and I had this amazing grandmother who just, I always said, glowed with the Shekinah glory. When you went to her house and knocked on the door, you just became the most special person in the whole world because she had the love of Christ. So anyways, in 1983, I'll give you my short version of my story because we could be here quite a while. I was on my motorcycle headed to a part store. I picked up a part and I was headed to my dad's work where I worked on automobiles. And I came over a rise and a gentleman, he didn't mean to, he turned in front of me, drove me off the road. My bike went airborne, and the next thing I know, I was on my way to the hospital to learn that I would spend the rest of my life as a paraplegic. I was married at the time, had a young family, my oldest daughter. She was 3 years old, and I learned shortly after that, after the x-rays, that I was a paraplegic. It wasn't too long after that in rehab, they told me also that I would not be able to have any more children being a paraplegic. And I can tell you the wonderful part of my story is this: I have 6 children and 14 grandchildren. So I always say the earthly physicians did their very best, but the heavenly physician, the Lord Jesus, knew better, and he blessed me with all the children and grandchildren. So I just want to let you know a little bit who I am. You know, I'm a Bible reader. I read my Bible each day. I pray. And you know what? God called me. It was amazing. I wasn't looking. I served in the legislature for 4 terms, termed out, went back to my business and my family. And next thing I know, I get a call from former Governor Paul LePage and Senator Jeff Timberlake asking me to run for Congress. Well, spending time with that, I spent a lot of prayer. I called a lot of people to pray, and I wanted to make sure it was of the Lord. And God confirmed it over and over in my heart. Even when I was wrestling with him about it and saying, "You sure, Lord?" Because I think you can find someone maybe qualified better. But you know what? With God's calling, with his hand on this, that I'm qualified because of him and not me. So the important thing today is, coming to you, is we're at a crossroad in this nation. And you all know and you all see what's going on. And there's a spiritual warfare going on in America. And there's an attack on our very principles, and the very moral compass of this country is being undermined like I've never seen before. And so I believe it's this time. This is why God's calling me. He does want to send light down to Washington. And I do believe he's going to do that. But more importantly, we need to get out. We need to get out and vote. We need Christians to get involved. You know, this country was found on the very Judeo-Christian foundation. And that's being undermined in a way that I've never seen before. So I want you to know that I am doing this for all the right reasons. And more importantly than ever, people say, "Dale, what can I do to help with your campaign?" My answer is always this: the most important thing you can do is bring before the Lord daily and ask God to give me the wisdom, the guidance, and the protection. Because you know, as we know, politics can be very vicious. So I'm asking you to pray. I'm asking you to vote on November 3rd, and I'm asking you to get as many people as you know and call all your Christian friends, your relatives, and do all you can so that we can fight for what America has been so great, and that's a solid biblical foundation that's being undermined. So that's all I have to say. I would love you to go to DaleCraftsForCongress.com. You can read my story, get a lot more details, who I am, what I stand for, all the endorsements and everything else. So thank you again for this time. God bless you. Keep me in prayer, and I'll keep you in prayer. Thanks again.